Good morning, friend. This year you have one new paper to study, Constitution of India. This is introduced for BSc first year students who are learning in Swami Raman Marathwada University and all affiliated colleges to this university. In this you have unit number 1, that is historical background of Indian Constitution. You know that the idea of Constituent Assembly that was first proposed in 1934 by M.N. Roy. The actual Constituent Assembly was formed in 1946 on the basis of Cabinet Mission Plan. Formation of and working of Constitutional Assembly and drafting committee is the thing we should know first. The Constituent Assembly of India was formed to create the Constitution of India, as you know, and it was India's first parliament after independence in 1947. Initially, the number of members was 389. After partition, some of the members went to nation, Pakistan, you know that, and the number came down to 299. Out of this, 229 were from British provinces and 70 were nominated from the princely state. You know that Dr. Sachinanand Sinha was the first temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly. Later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president, and its vice president was Harendra Kumar Mukherjee. B.N. Rao was the constituent advisor. Formation of this assembly, in that the cabinet mission plan proposed the idea of constituent assembly, and this was made up of elected representatives from various provinces. The constituent assembly held 11 sessions over 3 years and decided to have some basic principles for constitution. They prepared a draft of constitution also, and then they did amendments to this draft. Adopted the national flag on July 22, 1947. So this is very important date, you should know. The Constituent Assembly adopted India's membership in British Commonwealth in May 1949. The Constituent Assembly adopted the national anthem and national song on January 24, 1950. So there were 8 committees. One should know these committees of Constituent Assembly of India. In that, first committee is drafting committee, chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Union Constitution Committee chaired by Jawaharlal Nehru. Union Powers Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. And a state committee is also chaired by Jawaharlal Nehru. Steering committee, rules of procedure committee, these were chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Then provincial constitution committee, it was chaired by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Advisory committee on fundamental rights and monitories, and tribal and excluded areas was again, it was headed by S.C. Mukherjee. So drafting committee, what was that thing done by a drafting committee? You know that chairman of drafting committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The most important committee of Constituent Assembly was drafting committee, and in this committee, by this committee, the first draft of constitution was published, and in February 1948, and in that the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution on November 26, 1949. The Constitution came into force on January 26,